It's Rebecca Gabrielle here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're going to do a weekly reading for Cancer for the 5th through to the 10th of May. Now, you're probably aware I'm doing monthly reads at the moment, which is really great for being able to get a broader perspective of how things are evolving and changing in our life. The weekly reads, of course, give us an opportunity to get a little bit more specific, looking at the events that are happening during the week and how we can best respond. Now, it is a general reading, so it won't necessarily resonate with everybody. However, if you'd like to have a personal reading, you can always contact me. My details are in the description box below. If you enjoy the reading and it's helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate you doing that. You'll get some notifications every time I post. And of course, it means that other people get to see my videos more often and I get to help more people. All right, Cancer, let's take a look at your reading for the week for the 5th through to the 10th of May. So Cancer, we're going to take a look at the events and the energies surrounding you for this week, the 5th through to the 10th of May. I don't do reversals, in case you're wondering. Okay, let's take a look at what's coming up. Interesting. So, Cancer, I was just getting into the feel of your read here. We've got 3 major arcana cards that have come up in your reading. So we have the Hierophant, and so I feel like, Cancer, that a special event is coming up for some of you. That may be a religious event, a marriage, a ceremony, something legal, something educational or academic. Something where there's a mentor or professional advice involved here. You're seeking professional advice. So it could be an event a special religious event. Or it could be that you're seeking the advice of someone in the legal profession. Or, the courts maybe. But in any case, it feels to me more like it's either religious or legal. So this is the energy of the Hierophant. So this is coming across your situation this week. And you've got the High Priestess energy. So the High Priestess is someone who's very self-empowered and very intuitive and very knowledgeable as well. So it would seem that there is a meeting of the minds here, and you're being asked to draw on your wisdom, draw on your intuition around a situation that's happening, and the result of which may be causing you to make a decision to move on, do something different. So it seems quite important, and I'll be very interested to know how this plays out as the reading goes on. So there is a messenger coming towards you to deliver some news, and I feel like it is around this situation. And this is important information. And again, it feels either something formal, a formal message is being delivered to you of some kind. This High Priestess energy has kind of got me perplexed. I'm feeling like it's you having to really sort of go within to look at the truth within you and to really examine this truth, and not to let any ego energy get the better of you, or for your mind to run away with you in what you think you can achieve in the situation. That it really is important that you look at the truth of the situation, so that all matters are addressed in the right way, with integrity, with truth, because I feel that that's going to be the best way forward for you, is to see the truth of the matter and come from a place of wisdom, because I just kind of feel that there is, some importance and legalities around this situation. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but it would seem that all of this is leading to something really beautiful. There's some kind of celebration. There's abundance. There's happiness. There's lots of beautiful things happening. So, if this is a formal event that's being celebrated, you're feeling really pretty cool about it. It's you're celebrating. You've got a lot to feel good about at the moment with these 9 of Cups, which is interesting. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Fairy Tarot deck to see what else, what other messages can come out to give us a little bit more clarity around this Cancer, because it's feeling just a little bit mysterious at the moment. So I just need to find out a bit more information. All right, thank you, Spirit, for your guidance for Cancer this week. Just feels very important. Not sure what it is, but let's just see. Goodness, these very similar cards keep coming out. So we've got well, good news, that's for sure. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. So we've got the Unity card here, and the call for you to do the right thing for the right reason. Okay, so in this situation, there is a situation that's come up, and where you're comparing between two things. Perhaps it's a person's background or the difference with one person compared to another person, or comparing traditional versus a new way, a new approach to things, and you're having to sort of make a decision what works for you, and to consider all perspectives in order to have sort of some kind of fairness and to have an intelligent approach to this situation, because ultimately the energy and the purpose is to create unity here. So whenever we perceive contrasts and differences, it is always an opportunity for us to see common ground as well. And we may come at things in life from different angles, different backgrounds, different information even, but ultimately sometimes it best serves us to see where's the common ground so that we can appreciate the benefits of combining our knowledge, combining our experiences, and that feels like that would be a very wise thing to do, and certainly lead to really happy times. Now, in terms of happy times, we also get news worth celebrating. So there is definitely a celebration going on here. So announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. So maybe I was right. This is representing a professional energy. So it could be the church for a wedding. It could be some kind of legalities. It can also represent medical profession, doctors and so on. So if there's been a birth. And certainly the Page of Swords is about a message, an important message that's coming through, which is really beautiful. And certainly things are changing and shifting. Okay, so, all right, I'm not sure why this card has come out, but there's a card here that's sort of guiding you, Cancer, to let go of some situations that are not serving you. So when you look at this picture, where does that fit? The card is suggesting that it's time for you to focus on your career, your purpose, and perhaps how you're serving, what you're here to do, your purpose in life. And it especially is appealing to your self-sufficient nature, Cancer. What is it that you need to listen to or pay attention to? Are you focusing on your career at the moment? Are you focusing on what it is that you're here to do and how you're serving the community? You know that you're very independent. You're very independently minded. Perhaps, in the mix of all of this, you just need to make the decision to let some things go and you're ready to move on from things. So maybe this is you giving some thought to moving on, because the Chariot card is about moving on. So maybe you are needing to consider what in this situation in your life that you need to let go, and so that you can move forward. So maybe there's different energies here. We've got a celebration energy here. There's you weighing up different sides of the coin here. We've certainly got a message that's come through, which is really important. So that might also have to do with this message of celebrating. Yeah, so there's different scenarios going on here in your world, Cancer. And there's something that's calling you to take immediate action. So there's swift energy coming in, and there's a challenge. There's a situation that you have to deal with quite quickly, but you successfully manage it, and that's great. It can also talk to something to do with a passionate energy. So we've got the Prince Charming coming into this scene really, really quickly, quite confidently, and with lots of passion and lots of ta-da, here I am. I don't know how to put my words together. And at first it's like, whoa, hang on a second. And you've got to sort of sort yourself out pretty quickly. But in the end, it's really beautiful. It's great message. It's a great message. It's representing lots of love, lots of energy, lots of positivity. And of course, maybe that's contributing to this beautiful reason to celebrate here. And the Nine of Cups is all about celebration and you having beautiful abundance in your life. So, maybe this is part of this Page of Swords that's coming in to give this message, because a page is a messenger, and we've got the Prince of Spring who's coming in with a big message as well. So, man, stuff is happening here. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Wisdom of Oracle deck so we can get a bit more clarity around these multiple things that are happening for you, Cancer. I'd love to know what all of this is about. So leave a comment for me if you can, so I get to hear what is going on. All right, so we've got Spirit talking to us. Thank you, Spirit. What is going on for Cancer? Week of the 5th through to the 10th of May. What other messages do you have for Cancer? I feel like the energy is pretty fast. It is, things are moving swiftly for you. A lot going on. Okay. All right, so certainly Spirit is around you. Whatever is happening is really beautiful, and there's beautiful, blessed energy here for you by Spirit. The angels are watching over you. So certainly, if it's a birth or a marriage or something beautiful, it's meant to be for you, and that's fantastic. So we've got the Fates card here. That whatever change is happening, this is meant to be some beautiful. It's like stars are aligned and things are coming good for you. Which we can sort of see in the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups card here. So the fates are aligned to bring you something magical into your life. It's your time. Something great's going to shift and change in your favour, Cancer, which is fantastic. So if this messenger is coming in and this news worth celebrating, this is meant to be. This is meant for you. Now, whatever the decision making is up here and having to decide what to let go of, in order to move forward, I feel like you're weighing up your options here. It's a little bit like do the right thing for the right reason card over here. We had this card here. The Not For You card here is sort of letting you know that there's a choice that has to be made. You're weighing up the difference between not right and wrong, but black and white, and whatever the contrasts are, we can see the contrasts happening here, and you're working out, well, what's not for you and what is for you, which we have in this card as well, letting go of things that are no longer serving you. So it seems like something's shifting where you've got to make a decision, on how you want to move forward. So, Chariot card, how you want to move forward. So, what is worth keeping in your life and what isn't worth keeping is again coming up with these two cards in this reading, and this card Unity, comparing traditional versus new approaches and seeing which one works for you. It's interesting how the messages are repeating with different card decks. And then we've got the flexible cards. So there's going to, because of the shifts and changes here, it's going to require you to be flexible. Stay grounded, see things from different perspectives, and that way you can move towards new beginnings more easily. And certainly it's always better not to be rigid, especially around new beginnings, and try to maintain some balance in your life if you can with all of this change. Perhaps that's just a message too for your health, Cancer, at the moment, just to manage your health and your well-being, keep things in balance, do things in moderation. Adopt a flexible perspective, so do you need to reconsider some things, like with this Unity card, when you're being asked to weigh up the different options and see different perspectives, perhaps, Spirit is saying try to be flexible, don't stay stuck in your way of thinking, try to consider other people's viewpoints as well. Gosh, I'd love to know what it's all about. But I guess it's going to be different for different people, so I'm sure already you're starting to resonate with how it fits for your particular situation. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Enchanted Mat deck. There's still, to me, I'm not completely satisfied. There's an element of mystery around what's going on for you, except I do know that you've got some decisions to make, I should say, and we've also got good news in your life happening too, a little bit of passion and love and things worth celebrating. So it's almost like two different scenarios going on here. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. What additional advice do you have for Cancer in the week of the 5th through to the 10th of May? Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Slow and steady helps us not to be too impulsive and to consider things. I think I just flipped a card there. Yes, I did. I think I might just take one more card. Yeah, okay, so part of this this news that's coming towards you it's unexpected. So we've just got a repeat of the same sort of message, but it's a good message, and it's a surprise, and it's an unexpected blessing and a miracle, and it's got something to do with new life. So I kind of feel maybe it's about a birth. For some of you, that there's a birth happening this week, Cancer, in your world, in your family and friends. And that's the celebration that's happening. We've got two rabbits that have appeared here. We've certainly got a lot of love energy around here, and this was destined, it was meant to be. So if it's to do with the birth of a baby, which is beautiful, otherwise it's going to be another kind of unexpected blessing in terms of a love relationship. News about that. Okay, let's look at the Golden Palace card that's come out here for you. The Golden Palace, there's always enough. This is the Golden Palace card here. It represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth and prosperity. Well, that's great to know. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, which of course we have that with the Nine of Cups card as well. It's a time of happiness that's long overdue for you, Cancer. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are and how authentically you're living your life and how much love you're willing to share. So, even though you've got this beautiful prosperous card, it's not always about material gain. It's about the greater riches in life, the things that give us abundance in so many other ways. So beautiful. Yeah, we've certainly got a lot of abundance happening here, and the birth of a new baby is certainly a part of living an abundant life and feeling very prosperous, isn't it? Slow and steady. We'll look at the slow and steady card here. So that's probably a little bit more obvious. Remember the old cliche, slow and steady wins the race. This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust that taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows you more contact with the juicier elements of your life. And I feel that for some of you, you know, this consideration of what to keep and not to keep, and weighing up the contrasts of things might have something to do with you having a new job or a career move. So as I said before, I feel like there's two different stories or themes coming out here. Excuse me. And that it's worth you just taking your time to weigh up the pros and the cons so that you make a good decision and your decision is clear, because you can see that she's not in a hurry to move on. And, you know, there's no horse tied up to this chariot here either, this sled. So, yeah, give yourself the time to weigh up everything. You know, this wise person, this wise man here is doing just that, weighing up things, having a considered thought and considered reflection, and that seems to be important. So we've got a few different things going on here for you, Cancer. I hope that is helpful to you and it brings light during your week. I'm sure as the week progresses you're going to go, oh, that's what that was about. And being a general reading, it's very hard to pinpoint it because it's going to be different for everyone. But we've got, you know, a good representation of the energy that's around you, and I hope that you find that helpful. So enjoy your week, Cancer, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye for now.